toughest expeditions, I come face to face with Africa's wildest beasts. Tackle raging torrents and battle through hostile waters. As I follow in the footsteps of one of the world's legendary explorers, David Livingstone, on an epic journey to the largest waterfall on Earth.
He learned about survival the hard way. He was badly mauled by a lion, but he travelled thousands of kilometres through the endless African bush, surviving off the land as he went. I'm James Cracknell, and I'm on a mission to investigate some of the greatest pioneering journeys on Earth.
All my life, I've been inspired by explorers and heroes who've achieved greatness in the face of overwhelming odds. Now it's my burning ambition to retrace their epic adventures. Relive their life or death decisions and understand just how they managed the seemingly impossible.
From the heart of Africa to the deepest Amazon, I'm going to fulfill a lifelong dream by experiencing firsthand the defining moments of some of the toughest expeditions ever undertaken.
In 1841, during the reign of Britain's Queen Victoria, the African interior was a mystery to the outside world. Dr. David Livingstone was a 28-year-old Scot who was compelled to explore it. Over the next 30 years, he was to trek an astonishing 46,000 kilometres, uncovering Africa's secrets as he went. I'm going to tackle one of the most dangerous parts of his trail, which led to his most famous discovery, a natural wonder he'd later name Victoria Falls.
One instruction I was given was to head to a village run by a man called Impezi that's on the river. To get to the village, I'm going to cross right over there.
Strewn with rapids, infested with crocodiles and hippos, the mighty Zambezi cuts through the heart of Africa. Livingstone tracked the course of the river by foot and canoe to Victoria Falls and beyond. To follow him, I'll need a boat from the village on the other side.
It might not look like the nicest place to swim across, but crocodiles, they're not a massive fan of white water. So even though it's a bit more comfy for me, there'll be no snappers.
Livingstone wasn't a strong swimmer. When forced to cross rivers, held onto the tail of an ox. It might not be an ox, but I'm hoping my kit bag will keep me afloat.
Our plan now is to go down the middle and hopefully avoid the bigger white areas.
My biggest fear is being sucked down and held underwater. There are jagged basalt rocks hidden everywhere. I struggle to breathe. The speed and pressure of the water makes it hard to know which way is up. I'm desperate for air when the rapid spits me out 150 metres downstream. I can do it now. Livingstone plan on swimming to the falls. Locals claim there's a crocodile every 100 metres. I really need that boat.
Oh, Chigan! Savona! How are you doing? Oh. James, good to see you.
James! Are you okay?
Oh, I'm busy.
Mpizi is the local chief and one of the Matabele, one of the tribes Livingstone encountered on his expeditions. Livingstone called the Zambezi River God's Highway. As well as an explorer, he was a Victorian missionary and wanted the river to carry the beliefs of the British Empire into Africa's interior. For the toughest stretches of water, he used a traditional mokoro, a narrow flat-bottomed canoe carved from the trunk of a tree. Mpizi has agreed to make the mokoro as close to Livingstone's as possible.
That's the truth. A tag team system. Even after my pathetically short go, I already have bits of my hand falling off. They use everything and they work together, and that's how this community survives. You do most of that. Thank you, fellas. That's brilliant. So, Mpizi, how can I repay you, fellas?
What do you think, guys? Why can't you bring meat?
Bring meat?
Yeah, even goat meat.
Goat meat?
And we share it with everybody.
That's very kind. Goat meat's your favourite meat? I'll bring goat meat. Okay.
You see your broccoli here and then it becomes a good party.
And then I take away a boat. How good? That is brilliant.
The deal struck. 2 goats in return for a boat. First, I have to learn some vital land survival skills, the same skills Livingstone needed as he entered the unknown.
I'm looking for a place to camp for the night. There's hippos, crocodiles, there's lions prowling, so I'm going to have to choose very carefully because I'm out here on my own.
When you're unarmed and on foot, the wildlife becomes a deadly threat.
This looks like it might be a possibility. Lots of firewood, and as you can see, a big fallen tree, so there's a lot of shelter. I just need to check to see there's not anything lurking underneath here for me.
At night, building a fire is critical to warding off hungry predators.
If you can make fire, then you've got every chance of being able to survive, and to do it first time, I'm really, really chuffed.
Priority number 1 is to make it through the night. How well I'll sleep, I don't know. Livingstone didn't know that, and he covered it day after day, week after week, year after year.
Central Africa was once thought to be a vast, empty desert until David Livingstone came face to face with the big beasts of the bush.
Get ready to go, get ready to go.
I'm going to discover just how wild and dangerous this land really is. It's dawn, and I've survived my first night in the wild. I'm following the trail of legendary explorer David Livingstone. In the mid-1800s, he battled his way through the African bush and the hazards of the Zambezi River on an epic journey that would make him the first European to discover the largest waterfall in the world. He renamed Mosi Adunya as Victoria Falls. to face with Africa's big beasts. To Victorians, these killers would have been almost mythical creatures.
When David Livingstone first set foot in Africa, he learned about survival the hard way. He was badly mauled by a lion, but travelled thousands of kilometres through the endless African bush, surviving off the land as he went. I need to know what's dangerous to me in order to survive, and I need to learn it pretty damn quick.
Professional guide Leon Varley has 25 years of experience. He's here to teach me crucial bush survival skills.
People get killed, yeah? Just in the vicinity here, people killed by animals. At least 3 that I can think of this year. It's not a completely safe environment. It's just safer if you know what you're doing.
First up, buffalo, also known as the Black Death. Buffalo are powerful, aggressive, and are said to have killed more big game hunters than any other animal in Africa. I need to understand buffalo behaviour to avoid being attacked.
We've got a herd of buffalo here. It's a breeding herd. After that, small bulls, most dangerous. Second most dangerous is cows and calves. Stay very close to me. If there's a problem, duck in behind me and go.
Livingstone once saved a man's life who was gored by a buffalo. Leon wants me to go up close to the herd so I can identify the most dangerous male bulls. Those horns are massive.
They pick up on movement very quickly. The moment the bull is still staring straight at us, they found the thing staring straight at me because they realise I don't have a gun. We cannot get up there, we cannot walk towards them. Hopefully they'll run in the opposite direction, but if they don't, I'm leaving Leon to deal with it.
Juggernauts of the jungle turn killer when provoked, crushing you with the base of their trunk or even kneeling to stab you to death with their tusks.
The problem with elephants, they don't have to be too close to people to get this
My plan to avoid angry elephants had been to climb the nearest tree.
You have to get pretty high with the guard to get away from elephants. Gravity can just cut you out of the tree. Elephant are practically blind. 40 meters I won't see you. If you're not moving, you must watch the elephants. Body language. If they get along, they will freeze. They'll wait and they'll listen for you. If they freeze, you freeze. If they charge, I'll tell you go.
I can't outrun the elephant or climb a tree. I just have to hope it doesn't charge, or I can run faster than Leon.
Okay, he's moving towards us, but he's still feeding. This bastard is so big. We're within a range now where I can actually see us. It's like a massive old dinosaur.
With elephants all around, Leon calls a halt. It's too dangerous to move.
Check all around you. Check behind. Make sure you're not walking into the middle of a herd of elephants.
There are elephants coming at us from several directions. We need to move position quickly and quietly. But it's not quiet enough.
Get both of them in the arms us.
One of them looks like it's about to charge.
Okay, this is the youngest bull. Get ready to go.
far better equipped for this environment than we humans.
What I've learned from this experience is that they make noises you can't hear. They also walk incredibly quietly. You can become fixed on one, and there can be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very close to you, they can do a huge amount of damage.
Livingstone carried a double-barrel shotgun to protect himself and to hunt game. I have to face the wildlife threat armed only with what Leon has taught me.
Quite glad the rhino was heading in that direction, to be honest. Just looks so indestructible. The very opposite from the way I feel.
Hippos or crocodiles, but the river is getting a little bit bigger.
Where there's water, there's wildlife. But everything I've seen so far is dead.
There are signs of crocodile. I'm assuming it's a crocodile skull. That's a skull there. You just feel it's alive with animals you're not acquainted with, and you don't really know how they operate. It was very, very freaky, and soon I reach my destination, Nevada.
James, stop!
Buffalo.
I've missed the real threat. The safety team are forced to intervene.
So Leon's just seen some buffalo up there. James is about 100 metres further ahead, and we're just calling him back now. It's a very, very dangerous situation. James, Leon spotted some buffalo up there. So the direction you're heading, you would come straight into them, so we need to pull you back. Okay? It's quite a dangerous situation now.
There are buffalo hidden in the thick undergrowth, but I can't see a thing.
If it is a problem, and they do come at us, cross the river.
We're not at the danger zone yet by any means.
James didn't see them. He's walked straight past us. It seems to be really dangerous. If that buffalo had been a little bit closer to the river, and he had walked in that proximity to us, could quite possibly have charged him.
In the vacation bush, there's always something else watching, and solo male buffalo is not anything to be messed with.
I've now got a sense of the vital land survival skills Livingstone had to learn.
A nice man I met on the road said you might have some goats for sale.
I've got some.
It's time to pay up so I can collect my new boat. The agreed fee was goat meat. The goats proved tough to steer, but I'm soon back at MPZ's village.
Samugeni!
Hey, busy, how you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm okay. I have your 2 goats.
Well, for that payment. It's money, my friend.
Is that okay? You okay?
As I brought the goats to the village, by tradition, I have to slaughter them too. It's a disturbing prospect.
Thank you.
Okay, let's do it. Let's take
Okay.
what's up. Very well. Now, please, you have your knife? On the other. Right. Cut what out. Please, count it.
In one movement, in and out.
Yes.
Yeah?
Push it. Okay, back to you. This one. Look, I'm now putting.
I can't quite believe what I've just done.
Guys, this. Right.
Well, umkoro like this.
I'm in a different country, different culture, and this is part of their tradition, and I have to respect that.
The good news, my dugout canoe is finally ready.
No way!
Yeah, you're umkoro, Jim.
Boys, what a brilliant boat!
That's your boat.
It fits. It looks a little bit like a bar.
It's beautifully made, but I'm worried it'll be too small for a man of my size.
Jim done. You're paid for the Mugoro. What's left now is to patch.
Goat meat here is a rare treat. The whole village is out to celebrate.
I think I showed why Englishmen aren't so good at dancing.
Quite the party atmosphere. I can't get the next challenge out of my mind. Heading to Victoria Falls on the hippo-infested Zambezi with only a hollowed-out tree trunk to get me there.
It's going down, Captain.
I'm Olympic rower James Cracknell, following in the footsteps of legendary Victorian explorer David Livingstone on his journey to the largest waterfall in the world. Livingstone dreamed of using the Zambezi River to bring trade and Christianity to the heart of Africa. But first, he had to find out if this hazardous river was navigable. It was a mission doomed to failure. Like Livingstone, I'm taking on the mighty Zambezi in a hollowed-out tree trunk.
This isn't exactly the sort of boat I'm used to, and I've got to take it down to the Zambezi, learn how to control it, and then get the thing and me safely to Victoria Falls.
I'm going it alone on this notorious stretch of water. My goal is what the locals call Mosi Apunya, the smoke that thunders, and one of the 7 natural wonders of the world.
Person a day dies on this river, either from crocs or hippos, drownings, getting turned over in rapids, just not coming up, never seen again. 99% of the time you're not going to see what gets you.
Top predator on the Zambezi, crocodiles. Livingstone was chased by one of these cold-blooded killers and watched helplessly as one of his men was dragged under, never to be seen again. Before setting out, I'm testing the stability of my new dugout canoe in the shallows. I'm not sure it's big enough to take my weight.
I need to reserve judgment till I've taken on some bigger stuff, but my initial impression is there's not enough clearance and not enough buoyancy, but we'll see.
The only way to be certain is to take on some rougher water.
Rapids approaching. She's going down, Captain. First wave further up and flat.
If there'd been a crocodile lurking here, it could have taken me in seconds. Mpezi and his villagers went to a lot of trouble to build me a boat, but the conclusion is clear. I I need to find a bigger boat that hopefully we can get a 2-man or maybe even have a 4-man by where I won't sink. Yes, the progress will be slower, but I will make it down the Zambezi, and that's what I'm determined to do. Sourcing a bigger Mokoro takes hours. A few brave fishermen worked this stretch of the Zambezi, and eventually I managed to borrow one. A new Mokoro, and it's that bit bigger, but its virgin outing is going to be the start of my journey to Victoria Falls. I'm starting much later in the day than I planned. There's no time to get used to the new boat. I say these boats are built for comfort and speed. Unfortunately, built for neither. No water's come over the edge yet. I'm heading in the right direction. That direction is straight towards the Zambezi's #1 hazard.
Big hippo up in front of us here. They look like bull hippos, maybe outcasts from a breeding pod. Old hippos tend to be full of wounds from fighting. He's got to be extremely careful here.
Hippos kill more people in Africa than any other animal. One chomp from their tusk-like incisors could cut a human clean in half.
He's not in a good position here because he's in a bottleneck.
So far, so good. I'm hoping I'm a stealth Mokoro, where they just pick on a bit of driftwood and let me glide quietly by.
I think the best thing he can do is keep fairly close to the bank. On the right-hand side there, and if anything comes at him, be close enough to get onto the bank.
And one is looking right at me, and he is massive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 15 metres away from him, I can't get any nearer the bank. He's looking at me. I was going maximum speed and it's just above a bit of driftwood, so if they had charged me, there was nothing I could do. But I felt incredibly privileged and lucky to be in their environment and experience what so few people get to experience, and similar to what Livingstone experienced 150 years ago.
A female hippo protecting her young attacked Livingstone's Mokoro, knocking him and his guides into the river. They were lucky, no one was killed. My eyes are totally fixed on the prize of Victoria Falls. In the safety boat, survival expert Leon knows just how vulnerable I am.
He's too focused on his paddling, and he's got into that habit, and he's out here because Eddie should be aware of bigger things.
All I can think about is upping my speed with such a vast expanse of water in front of me.
90% of the attacks that happen, people that get hurt or that get killed on this river, they don't even see what killed them or what attacked them. Those hippos, those crocs, they just come out of nowhere. You know, this is submarine warfare here.
I'm making good progress, but just ahead is a set of rapids.
Why, here are the rapids. Why? Here it wasn't saving me.
struggling to keep my boat upright and haven't even noticed a pod of hippos ahead of me. Capsizing, and I'm heading straight for the hippos. I'm right on top of two submerged hippos that dipped down just as I fell in.
We are on the hippo territory, so we can hold on to that. There was a very, very big bull hippo right in the path where he was heading to. Luckily we managed to pull out of that rapid just above him and managed to get across to him in time before he actually went to exactly where the hippo was. If you've gone over the top of it, who knows? So it doesn't bear thinking about, but we still got little James with us, so it's fine.
In a situation like that, I think ignorance is bliss, because I had seen some hippos. I'd seen them, but then I had other things on my mind, and I can't tell the difference between a male hippo and a female hippo.
It's just a male hippo. Yeah, it's a big, huge head.
They all look very big with big heads.
Yeah. But you look very tiny compared to all 6'6", and you look very tiny compared to that hippo, I can tell you.
The first person I've got a big head, that's like it.
That's the most dangerous thing that's happened.
The sun's starting to dip now, so I'm going to find a safe place to camp and check out which of my kits stayed dry and which of my kits stayed wet, make a fire, catch some fish and get ready for a long, hard day tomorrow. It's important I avoid predators in the night. At least an island offers some hiding places. I haven't found many perfect camping sites that offer the right protection from hippos, crocs, elephants. I don't need height from big cats because I am on an island, but nothing seems to be the perfect shelter. Oh, hang on. Everything is either spiky or trying to eat you. That is perfect structure to build palm fronds around. Nice flat place to sleep underneath. So the first thing I've got to do is clear this space here and make some firewood, which will keep the hippos at bay, and a good night's sleep. I had planned to lay out my fishing line before nightfall. It's impossible to work with fishing line in this gloom, but I'll need a decent breakfast tomorrow. I need some energy to see me through my last bit of journey to Victoria Falls. How far it is, I don't know, but what I do know, that journey will be a lot easier on a full stomach. Tomorrow, more surprises, more dangers.
About 30 metres to my left and certain death.
If I make it through, one of the wonders of the world awaits. Deep in the heart of Africa, following the route of one of the toughest explorers of the Victorian age. David Livingstone charted the course of the mighty Zambezi, one of the most treacherous rivers in the world, as he headed towards his most famous discovery, Victoria Falls. I'm staying on an island to avoid dangerous animals, but it's early morning and my campsite is anything but safe.
There's a big elephant just behind this bush here. You might be able to hear elephant hippos. Blimey, never thought I'd be glad to get in the Makoro.
Turns out I pitched my camp on Elephant Island, and now the owners are heading home.
That's about 15 metres from my bank. I'm getting closer.
Elephants are coming out of the water, trampling right through my camp and ruining my fishing lines.
I am pretty small and outnumbered and scared and have no comprehension of why Livingstone kept coming back here and showed such fearlessness and determination and stubbornness among such big creatures. Right, I've got to go.
Elephants are very protective of their young. My presence here has clearly unsettled them. They could turn on me at any time. I'm staying as still and quiet as possible, hoping they just walk on by. There's nowhere to hide. Surrounded by elephants, but eventually escape the island on my Makoro. With elephants, hippos and boat changes, my journey's been slow. I'm determined to reach Victoria Falls before nightfall.
Better than the Makoro, and my balance is getting better. A little bit of an eddy here, my balance is getting better. There's 4 hippos over there looking at me. The quicker I get past those little puppies, the better. And it's surprising how quickly you become used to something that could end your life very quickly.
With such incredible wildlife, it's no wonder David Livingstone devoted his life to exploring this magical landscape.
What an honour. That will be something I'll remember for the rest of my life.
Just a kilometre ahead, a line of mist in the distance. It's the first sign of the falls. For the locals, this was Mosi Adunya, the smoke that thunders. Livingstone renamed them after his queen, Victoria, then continued to explore Africa. He transformed our knowledge of the continent, but died of dysentery in a remote village 18 hard years after his most famous discovery.
Yeah, there it is. The smoke that thunders. I followed down the Zambezi through the African bush in Livingstone's footsteps, and to finally see and hear evidence of the Victoria Falls, knowing a little bit and understanding some of what he went through, makes it all the more special.
I've almost reached my goal, the largest waterfall in the world.
The spray ahead of me is immense now.
There's one more rapid to navigate, right on the very lip of the falls. If I turn over here, I'll be swept over the edge.
To the last set of rapids. The spray is about 30 metres to my left and certain depth.
I'm just managing to keep the boat upright and steer off to the right of the falls.
Yeah. Safely. Can now have a look. Oh. Almost glamorous landing, but it's a safe landing.
A second cascade over these cliffs of basalt onto the rocks 100 metres below. It's over 1,700 metres wide and the largest curtain of falling water in the world.
Having followed in Livingstone's footsteps over the last couple of weeks, I have a little bit of empathy of what he would have been feeling looking at that wonder.
The discovery of these magnificent falls elevated David Livingstone into one of the most famous and revered figures of his age. My journey's given me a real insight